everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And I had to take a day off yesterday to kind of get my strength up for the readings I'm going to do today. And they are, of course, on the Fergie scandal and Prince William and what Prince William is going to do about it. That's the first reading. I'm going to look in the quick little second reading to see if he's got a window of opportunity to deal with Harry and Meghan at the same time as he is possibly, shall I say, hopefully going to deal with Fergie and Andrew for once and for all. Story obviously is the emails, the Supreme Friend Jeffrey email, which Fergie is now claiming she wrote only for the sake of her daughters, which I think is absolutely despicable. We know she's a trashy human being. Well, in my opinion, she is, but that's just really, that's low. She apparently has written a begging letter to Prince William and King Charles, trying to get a one-on-one meeting with them. Prince William is currently up at Balmoral. I wasn't aware of this, but I saw around somewhere he goes up at this time of year on his own for some private time with parts, obviously, where they sit down together and they thrash out all the stuff. So much for the theory that they're not on speaking terms and the king is so jealous of Prince William and all the rest of it. The narrative that I personally believe is coming from very close to Mudslide Mansion. But anyway, I'm sure that things are being thrashed out up in Scotland at the moment. Fergie apparently also trying to set up some kind of TV interview. She can cry and mea culpa and all the rest of it, and beg forgiveness from the great British public and the royal family. Anyway, Prince William allegedly, according to the press, has had enough and he's putting his foot down and he's urging the king to cut their Yorks loose, kick them out of Royal Lodge, have them make their own way financially in the world. No more public family appearances, no more of that, and also take them off the royal website. And he is fed up of having to deal with this when his own future is at stake. And this scandal, this level of scandal, could really bring the royal family down, in my opinion. And so it's quite an interesting little dynamic. It's quite an interesting moment, I believe, in royal history, really. Something that has been left to fester for years and years and years, something that should have been nipped in the bud possibly decades ago with Fergie, and wasn't. Same with Andrew, and wasn't, and Harry, and wasn't, has now kind of burst. And the pus is oozing all over the place. Horrible metaphor. Sorry about that. Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot on the tarot table today. Just a regular Rider-Waite. We needn't get fancy for this. It's bad enough without me having some dreadful tarot cards to read with. Let's remind you, this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion or speculation. I just read energy, and disclaimer in the box below. Going to look at this, going to look at it from the king's perspective. How worried is he? That the press is saying he's worried that the Yorks are going to go rogue. And of course, he's got his own scandals. He's got plenty of skeletons in his closet. Jimmy Savile, Michael Fawcett, Lawrence van der Post, cash for access, alleged offspring round and about. There's plenty of scandals that the Yorks could dig up if they wanted to. Prince William, his feelings, is he going to triumph in this? We're going to look at them being booted from Royal Lodge finally. We're going to look at them being taken off the royal website. And we're going to look and see if Fergie can turn this around. Can she bounce back? And if she can't bounce back, is she going to take the royal family down with her, or try her damnedest to do that? Ones I feel somewhat sorry for are her daughters, who have been dragged into all of this, and I should imagine is going to very severely impact their futures, and their futures as working royals, of course, as well. But they seem to be implicated in some of these scandals. So I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a mere little peasant watching from the sidelines, wide-eyed in amazement that this grift can have carried on so intensely for so long, the sleaziness. But that's just my opinion, of course. I think you get the face you deserve, and in my opinion, Fergie has got the face she deserves. That's just my opinion. I think there's a tremendous darkness behind the "oh, aren't I fun, ho ho Fergie." Again, just my opinion. We've got some flying cards, which means we're ready to go. 10 of Wands showing itself there briefly. We're going to get stuck in to the tarot reading. Again, the allegedly sign all flashing on. See what's going on. And Prince William, is he finally going to be able to deal with the Yorks in the way he wants to deal with them? We saw his face at the Duchess of Kent's funeral. It said it all really when Prince Andrew was sidling up and telling bawdy jokes and ho ho, see the cameras are rolling and look, aren't we best mates? We saw the face. That was before the emails, Fergie's emails. Snoring, light snoring in the background. 5 of Wands, that's conflict in a family, in a group. And what's the word? It's internal struggles, the 5 of Wands, and it's very vivid. As I say, the king reluctant to deal with them. In fact, under his watch, the Yorks have made a bit of a comeback. They've been very prominent at quite a few events now. They really seem to have been welcomed back into the fold. So there it is. There's the conflict card. Not much to say about it. It's stating the blindingly obvious, really. But it's nice that Tarot is confirming what we're dealing with. Heart of this reading. Ooh, the shadiness. Ooh, the moon. All the sleaze. All the hidden stuff where the bodies are buried. The energy of the moon pulls them up. And it's very interesting. We've been through an eclipse cycle and a very volatile September. A lot of people have been warning for a long time that this September was going to be particularly difficult, life-changing, and it looks like it for some of the royal family anyway with that moon card. As I say, all the sleazy stuff, the shady stuff, the hidden stuff, the stuff that smells a bit, being pulled to the surface by that moon energy, in my opinion, by the eclipses that we've been through this Virgo season, this September. We're out of that, we're into Libra now. Libra, of course, is about justice and balance. So, in quite a beautiful way, not in a kind of a vengeful and nasty way. We have to wait for Scorpio season for that. And I can say that because I am a Scorpio. So let's get to the king, who is also a Scorpio. And how does he feel about this mess and handling the Yorks? What does he think should be done? Oh, he just wants to walk away from it. And that's an interesting card because there are murmurings around and about that it's time he actually walked away and gave up and passed on power to Prince William and said, okay, I need to clear myself out as well as the rest of them. That energy is in that 8 of Cups. I do think he's actually thinking about this. This is not how he wanted his reign to go. This is not how he wanted his reign to end. But there is energy in that 8 of Cups, walking away from sorrow and loss and heartache and disappointment. It's there. It's there, and so is the moon, looking down on this forlorn figure, retreating. It's very, off to the Highlands, off to Balmoral to think long and somber thoughts. Interesting time we're living in, that people are having to think long and somber thoughts about their lives. All of us, myself included, let me just say. So, that is the king's feelings about this situation. Is he worried about what might emerge under this moon influence if he decides to get tough with the Yorks and they decide to spill some of the beans that they know about him? Because I'm sure they know stuff. I'm pretty sure, let's say allegedly. Is he worried about that kind of thing? Repercussions. I got the Page of Pentacles. That might be the cash for access thing. Always questions around Charles's finances and how he got to be quite as wealthy as he is, and all the rest of it, managed to do up all those lovely castles and things that he did. Why not, I suppose, if you can, but it's possibly how. And there is a little contract card, Page of Pentacles, deals, negotiations, money, changing hands for things. So I do think that there is some energy in there. It's not a scary card. I'm reading in Charles's energy when I say that. It's not my opinion. In the sense that it's not my energy that I'm reading. It's my opinion, but it's not my energy that I'm reading. Sitting with the moon, of course, some shadiness around that Page of Pentacles and the deals that might have been thrashed out. It's also a children card, just saying. There's that, a little bit of that energy. I don't think it's the dominant energy at all. I think it's like 10%, if that. This is about money and how money changed hands and what money changed hands for. Let's move on to Prince William. Poor Prince William, the weight of the world on those shoulders, those increasingly thin shoulders, in my opinion, as I'm watching him with anxious eyes, sort of Mother Henish watching him. How's he feeling about this situation? It's an overwhelm card, the Two of Pentacles. This is things have just gone out of control. With the Two of Pentacles, you're trying to juggle things, you're trying to appease everyone, you're trying to keep the show on the road, you're trying to maintain your equilibrium and all of that. And in reverse, it's just, no, it's not possible anymore. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep juggling. We can't keep doing this, walking this tightrope, where we've got the Sussexes on the one hand and the Yorks on the other hand, and possibly Pa and his shenanigans somewhere else as well. This whole thing is falling down. It's not a calamitous card. It's just an awareness that he's overwhelmed. It is the card of overwhelm, the Two of Pentacles. You just can't keep juggling these things. You can't keep dealing with them. Why should he have to deal with these things? He's got more serious things to deal with in his own private family life. So why should he have to deal with these grifters in his family who are causing all this trouble on both sides of the Atlantic, in my opinion? Is he going to get his way? He's up talking to Pa at the moment. Apparently big meeting today in the royal family, from rumours and whispers and gossips. I thought it was down in London. Maybe it is. But William is allegedly up at Balmoral, according to newspaper reports. Is he going to get his way finally, or is he going to be furious and frustrated going forward? Decision is pending. It has not been decided yet. We're at the crossroads. Two of Swords. There's the moon, and decisions are being made, and they're difficult decisions, and ones that people want to avoid making. And we know who's most avoidant. That is Pa. He seems to have inherited that trait from his mother, who also allegedly liked to just avoid making these kinds of difficult decisions as much as possible. And Two of Swords, waiting, thinking, analysing, debating, deliberating. It's all that kind of energy. The swords are going to come down at some stage, and the decision is going to be made. It's going to be a harsh decision. I think he's really pushing. It is ultimatum. He's at a crossroads with this. It's me or them. And yes, I know I could have said that better grammatically, but never mind. How about Royal Lodge? Are they finally getting booted from there? Maybe stuffed at Frogmore Cottage, although it would be probably better if they were completely out of sight and off Windsor, the Windsor estate completely, if that's the right word. We often get pictures of Andrew riding his poor horse. I don't know what horse can bear that weight. But anyway, are they going to be booted from Royal Lodge finally? Oh no, that's the entrenched position, the glutton card. No, he's going to dig in. Andrew is going to dig in, and he's going to claim his rights and his lease and say, no, this is me, this is where I belong, this is all mine, mine. Very greedy energy. It's not going to happen easily, this. It might have to be something that lawyers have to get stuck in with. He's not going to be smoked out. Not at all. Not at all. It's amazing the level of entitlement that's coming off that card. I might have to take another day off after doing this reading, just from that energy. How about off the website? I mean, that's easy enough to do. Not working Royals. Boom, you're done. Finished. Bye-bye. Is that going to happen? It looks like there's some begging and pleading going on with this. There's the begging and pleading card, the card coming in, and if it's upright, the cup coming in, the letter from Fergie. Please, can we meet? Please don't take us off the royal website. It would look so bad for the daughters and the daughters. I only did it for the daughters. I'm going to Crown TV and say, I only did it for the daughters. That level of begging and pleading there is a difference to the begging and pleading when the card is upright. When it's in reverse, the begging and pleading might land, it might help with the king. And the king might say, don't pull the trigger yet. Don't knock them off the royal website just yet because of the girls, because of the princesses. It looks like this is not going to be easy for Prince William, who is down here and is fed up. Those two twos are choice points for him. Digging heels in over Royal Lodge and desperate pleading to stay on the royal website, I would say, for the sake of the daughters. That's how it's going to be played. Don't knock us off. Don't take our titles away. Don't do those nasty things. Give us another chance. It's always the give us another chance card for me when it's the Four of Cups in reverse. So that segues nicely to the next question in this reading. Is she going to be able to bounce back again? She's the queen of bouncing back, Fergie. Always manages to extricate herself from trouble. Is she going to succeed this time, or is this her downfall? Is this, oh, there she is. The Sun, she's going to pull this off. Well, she's going to try with the Sun. She's absolutely going to try. That's a massive narcissism card, the Sun. Attention. We're seeing it. We're seeing the press, the PR stuff coming out. We're seeing, oh, you know, I only did it because. And she's going to go on TV. She's going to get that interview. She's going to convince everyone that she's just a jolly, delightful, friendly soul. The contrast between the Sun and the Moon. This is a surface issue. This is beneath the surface. The Moon. The Moon is what's really going on, the shadiness, what's really operating down in the depths. This is surface level. She's going to do her best to pull this off, to persuade people that she's just well-meaning, she's bumbling, she's trusting, she's naive, she's jolly hockey sticks Fergie that we all loved all those years ago when she sort of galloped down the aisle, guffawing away. That's Fergie. She's going to do her damnedest to do this. I wonder how Prince William is going to deal with this if this is what goes down. So the next question is really the word that I often say and can't remember right now. It's a hypothetical, but there's another word for it. If she goes down, was she going to take the royals down with her? Is that what she's going to do? As I say, really academic right now. But I've got the Judgment, and I've got the Judgment card in reverse. She can, with that Judgment card in reverse. She can absolutely. Because you are judged in the Judgment card. You are judged for what you have done, literally. And it's in reverse. You are judged very harshly. And it's the don't have another chance. It's second coming energy, Judgment, when it's upright in reverse. There's not another go round. If she goes down, if she's buried, if she goes down to hell in that Judgment in reverse card, she's taking them down too. Just absolutely taking them down too. This doesn't bode very well for Prince William and getting his own way and taking out the trash, because the Yorks are digging in. She's going to go large with some kind of press thing and TV and all the rest of it. I think she's got dirt. I think she would absolutely take them down into hell if she needs to, if she feels that that's what she's going to do. And the one she could take down into hell would, of course, be, in my opinion, the king. And then the entire royal family goes down with her. It's a very delicate act that Prince William is finding himself in the middle of, this juggling game that he's finding himself in the middle of, and this choice point. A very powerful choice point for him. I think the choice point is really still this: do I stay or do I go? Do they stay and do I go? There is that conversation that's going on. We're going to have to keep an eye on this, because this is very serious, and it's going to be interesting to see the two sides playing out their PR games in the British press in the next few days, and I suspect it is going to be quite soon, the next few days. I don't like this energy, don't like this reading. Sorry to bring this energy through. I feel I need to mea culpa myself for the energy that's come through. We're going to tackle the Parkles next. I don't have very high hopes of Prince William being able to deal with them anytime soon, but we're going to go over there and have a look now.